Hi YouTube. So I know it's been forever since I've been on. I've had a lot going on in my life. So I guess this is an update for week 47 through week 51. Bad news is I haven't lost any weight. So it's definitely been a hard 5-week stall, I guess. And I know like the closer you get to your weight, your goal weight, the harder it is to lose weight. And granted, the only last week have I finally been back to work where without restrictions, where I can exercise and stuff like that. So I'm finally getting back into exercising, which I think will help kickstart my weight loss again. But the bad thing is I've kind of been going up and down from 225 to 228. It's like I'll gain it, then I'll lose it, then I'll gain it. And I know that people usually fluctuate between 5 pounds or something. So I feel like that's what I'm doing. I'm trying not to get too discouraged, but it's definitely hard when you've had weight loss surgery to help you lose weight and you are so close to your 1 year surgiversary and you expect it to be further along than you are. And at the same time, I'm definitely a lot smaller than I was a year ago, so I can't really be too angry at myself. And I've had a lot of life stresses go on, so I have not been eating the greatest, I will totally admit. I need to start back measuring. I never really counted calories, but at least I measured things, and I'm not doing that anymore. So I really, really need to get back on the bandwagon. Also, I have been drinking sodas. Granted, it's diet sodas, but you're still not supposed to drink sodas because it stretches out your stomach. So that's something else I need to definitely quit. So some things that have been going on. One really big stressor was my dog is 13 years old, so he is an old man. You know, I've had him for 10 years. So I've had him for a really long time, and he had 2 small seizures and then a really large seizure. And that was really scary, seeing your dog go along the floor just shaking uncontrollably, and there was nothing you could really do for him. And I know eventually he will pass on. He's a Chihuahua, so they do have a greater lifespan. But he's been there with me through so much that it's definitely hard to think about the day that he may pass on. And I was very scared and worried because I felt like maybe that was this moment. Thankfully, it's not. He got lab work done. Everything in his body was running normal. So they figure that it's either he's, starting to have seizures because of old age, or there could be something in his brain, like a brain mass. But of course, for dogs, they have to put them to sleep to do an MRI. So it would be $2,000, and I don't have that. So that has been one really big life change. Another life change that's definitely, not life change, but life thing that's going on in life is, the last time I did a video, I had talked about the guy that I felt wasn't treating me right. And unfortunately, I kept going back to him, and that made things really hard. Also, what made it really hard was I ended up getting pregnant, which is, I've always wanted to have kids, but, we use protection. I was on birth control, and it still happened. And people say that after weight loss surgery, you're more fertile, and I can definitely testify to that. Granted, a couple of times the condom broke, So I'm sure that's what it was, but I was still on birth control. So, and he just really, really stressed me out. And even though I was trying not to be stressed out, I really was. And unfortunately, I'm not pregnant anymore. And that has been a really, really hard thing for me. It's even really hard to talk about now. I couldn't even talk about it in therapy for like a couple weeks after it happened, just because he wasn't really even there for me. Thankfully, my friends were there for me, and I stayed a couple nights with them. My boyfriend, or whatever he is now, he was my boyfriend then, lives a little over an hour away. And granted, when you live a little ways away, it's hard to, I guess, come at a moment's notice, but you would at least think when something like that happens and your girlfriend's in the hospital and going through this, that you would want to be there for her. Instead, the next day and a half after I told him, or after I like got out of the hospital and was with my friends and stuff, he ignored his phone, which really, really broke my heart, and I still haven't forgiven him for that. So it's been really, really emotional several weeks, and I've wanted to make a video every week, and I'm just like, oh, I'll do it next week, or I'll do it tomorrow, and tomorrow just never comes. And I used to be so excited about doing videos, and I used to be so energetic and felt like they inspired me and inspired others, and now I'm just so blah. There's just been so much that's happened, and I'm still dealing with stuff with this guy. I try to let him go, and then he kind of manipulates me, and I kind of go back, and yeah, so I'm just trying to do the best I can. Unfortunately, right now, the stress from him is so hard that I'm not really taking care of myself the way I need to. I really kind of honestly stopped taking my vitamins for a while, or not taking all of them. I was taking some of them, but not taking all of them. Like the nighttime ones, by the time the nighttime came, like, I was just like, well, whatever. And I wasn't really getting any sleep. I was getting like 2 or 3 hours of sleep a night. So it's been really hard. And I think me having a hard time with this guy has really kind of shown me that now that so many layers are off, like so much fat is off, that my protection layer is gone. And so I've really been struggling with feeling feelings. And before, I had the food to really numb it and make it middle line. You know, you weren't really happy, you weren't really sad, you were just in the middle, you were just right. And I spent my entire life being like that, so I never really knew how feelings really, really felt. And now I'm really feeling them, and they really, really hurt. And so I know for me, it's like, even though I know I deserve better and I want better, it's so hard to walk away, because you're like, well, he's okay with your weight loss surgery. He's okay with your saggy skin. He's okay. Like, you have all these what ifs and excuses, and just so you don't feel, I guess, the aloneness. And not to mention, I'm feeling everything that I didn't feel before from like my growing up years with my family and everything. And so I've just really, really been struggling. But I at least wanted to come on here and let people know that I'm still alive and I'm still hanging in there the best I can. I'm hoping sometime this week I'll do my 1-year surgiversary video. I cannot promise that will happen, but I'm going to definitely try, because today is actually 1 year for me. So I'm trying to be happy today with where I am today compared to before. So yeah, I guess that's really the major life things life changes, you know, it's some pretty big ones, and hopefully I will, through therapy, continue to get stronger and be able to let this guy go and be like, okay, you really truthfully do deserve better, because who deserves to be ignored during a time like that? I just, you know, anyway, so I hope everybody is doing great. I, unfortunately, once again, really haven't been watching YouTube videos. I've really just kind of been in my own space, taking care of my life, working. Of course, it's been hard working at the YMCA, seeing the kids and stuff, but it's definitely getting better as days go by. But yeah, so anyway, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.